Hey everybody, Brian Brooks here from the Idaho Wildlife Federation. Welcome back to the weekly legislative recap, where we talk about everything that moved through the legislature in the past week that has to do with fish, wildlife, hunting, fishing, public lands, and access. And I try to talk to you about it as fast as possible so that you can get to enjoying your weekend. Still early on in the legislature, however, we are seeing some new bills arise, and I'm going to go over those right now. First on the docket here, we have Senate Bill 1021. This is sponsored by Senator Herndon from North Idaho, and this bill would give the legislature the power to allow or deny any modification to the Priest Lake outflow control structure. What a mouthful. This is in response to a proposal that would draw cold water from the center of the lake and pipe it to the outflow to cool the river. And the primary objective of that is to make it suitable for trout year-round. So it's supposed to be improving the trout fishery for 41 river miles of the Priest River. Now, that idea is still in its infancy, and there's also a collaborative process bringing together diverse and sometimes opposing stakeholders on what we should do to recover the Priest River. But this bill will probably put a pin in that and kind of tank that collaborative process before it's even started. And that collaborative is made up of interests that sometimes even oppose each other, and some really good things and consensus building can come out of those processes, and we might actually be able to find a way to improve the river with a number of different ideas. And unfortunately, this bill may actually stymie those processes, because if we do come up with a consensus product or idea to recover the river, then we'd also have to then lobby the entire legislature for approval. That's also redundant, because any project that we come up with through consensus of local stakeholders would likely have to go through the budgetary process of the legislature. So it's a bit redundant. We think that this bill may be a little bit of an overreach, but we'll be monitoring it. It's coming up for introduction Monday of next week. We'll let you know how that one ends up. Next on the docket, and lastly, is House Bill 43. This is bill language that mirrors IWF's bill that we introduced some years back that we affectionately referred to as PAPA, the Public Access Protection Act. This bill was introduced by Representative Steve Birch out of the Boise area, and Ways and Means is a committee usually where bills go to die. However, there is significant interest in this bill from folks from both parties, because what it would do is it would help prevent illegal closure or obstruction of access to public grounds where the public has every right to be. Obviously, we've seen this creep up in issues like the Wilkes brothers posting roads that are actually public, and so we think it's a good bill, but we do want to tweak some of the language and use its existence now as leverage to bring folks and interests to the table to make it better. That is it for this week. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Be sure to get out there and do some ice fishing. Bye.